What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Week 14 in the NFL, and I've got my favorite player props predictions and my money line picks. Let's get it started. Thursday night football went pretty well. We went 3-3 on our prop picks, and the Cowboys fell short of winning the game for us. But moving on, we've got some exciting matchups on Sunday, starting off with a not so exciting matchup, but we've got the Tennessee Titans heading to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Honestly, I think this is a no-brainer. Browns for the win. Short and sweet. Let's go. Keep her moving. Then we've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On this one, I think Seattle's defense is too good. Seattle for the win. Let's go. And then we've got the Colts heading to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Honestly, I think the Colts are going to continue to struggle, so we're going to take Jacksonville Jaguars for the win. And then we've got the Washington Commanders heading to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. This one's hard for me because both these teams kind of stink, but I think the Commanders have more upside and the Vikings still struggle. So we're going to take the Commanders for the win. And then we've got one of the best matchups of the weekend, the Cincinnati Bengals heading to Buffalo to take on the Bills. This one should be a blowout and high scoring game, but I think the Bills are struggling a little bit harder than the Bengals. And with Joe Burrow back, you can't count them out. The offense plays better and the defense plays better. So that being said, we're gonna pick the upset, stick with the underdog, and take the Bengals for the win. And then we've got the 2-10 Saints taking on the 7-5 Bucks. This should be a no-brainer. Bucks for the win. And then we've got the battle of mediocrity. 2 6-6 teams. The Steelers taking on the Ravens for the AFC crown. Both these teams I don't trust, but I think the Ravens defense is a little bit better, so we're going to stick with Baltimore to win the game. And then we've got the Dolphins heading to New York to take on the Jets. The Dolphins' offense is finally back on track, and the Jets are still reeling. So we're going to back the Dolphins for the win. And then the game I'm not looking forward to, the Denver Broncos taking on my Las Vegas Raiders. Moving on, Broncos for the win. And then we've got the Rams going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. I think this is going to be a bounce back game for the Rams. They didn't play very well last week, so Rams for the win. And then we've got another matchup that's as old as time. The Bears taking on the Packers. And I'm going to be a contrarian on this one. I think Ben Johnson is a better coach. So with Ben Johnson, I think the Bears are going to win. And then the Sunday night matchup, we've got the Texans taking on the Chiefs. I think Houston's defense is way better than Kansas City's defense. And I think with CJ Stroud back, Houston's offense is going to do a little bit better than Kansas City. So we're going to take Houston for the win. And then finally, the Monday Night Football game. We've got the Eagles taking on the Chargers for the top spot. Honestly, this is anyone's game. This is another two teams I don't trust. They show signs of being great, but then they lose to teams they shouldn't. I'm really on the fence about this one, but both teams being untrustworthy, I think we're going to stick with the Eagles, defending Super Bowl champs, to come out with the win on this one. Those are my money lines. Now we're going to go into some prop picks. I'm just going to put them all in one video this time. First one, we're going to take Bijan Robinson over on his receiving yards. It's no secret that he's been one of the top receivers for this team. So look for him to do it again and get the ball thrown to him. And then we're going to go to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we're going to take Jakobi Meyers over on his receiving yards. As soon as he got to Jacksonville, he's been a high impact player. And Jakobi Meyers he's a good dude. He's a good player. So look for him to get lots of catches and lots of yards this weekend. And then my third pick is going to be James Cook over on his rushing yards. This bit me in the butt last week because I took his under. So I'm going to double down and take his over this week. And hopefully he runs all over the board. And then finally, my final one, we're going to go with Miami Dolphins, Devon Achane over on his rushing yards. I think he has a really good matchup this week to get the ball and run it and have success against the Jets. So that's what we're going to do. Back Devon Achane over on his rush yards. And then I've got a anytime touchdown parlay. 3 players to score a touchdown. Who are they? Devon Achane, Jakobi Meyers, and Josh Allen. I'll put the odds up here. Lock it in now, and let's win some big, big money. Those are my picks for the weekend. Hit that like button. Let me know what you like. And as always, let's go Raiders!